Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Clues, Cues and Reviews, and today we're bringing you an early release of the 7 Deadly Sins 185 chapter review. I say early because it's 10:46 in the morning, probably going to be stupid o'clock in most parts of the world, so let's get into it. And before getting into the review, my thoughts, let's just point it out now. Nobody can deny that Escanor is not a bad mofo. Easily the most epic character of the 7 Deadly Sins. I can't believe we finally get to see him not even use his full power. It's not even his full power. Crazy. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this review. So, the battle continues. Pride versus Charity. Charity versus Pride. Pride being Escanor. Charity being Estarossa. So, bearing in mind we saw the Blazing Sun. The Blazing Sun is an attack called the Cruel Sun. I was hoping he was going to call it Cruel Summer as in the song. Never mind if you don't get the reference. But it was called the Cruel Sun. And Estarossa is basically like saying, are you sure you want to do this? You know, people behind you are going to die. And you know, you can see the armor melting. And how's it like, no, if it's okay, we get our revenge. I don't mind being a sacrifice. And even then, Escanor knows that the Lake Pain is, I think, due west or due north, he says. And he sends Estarossa there now. Don't you think it's fitting that he's going to inflict some pain on Estarossa in Lake Pain? I think that's perfectly fitting, right? So he takes him there, blows him back, hits him with the Pride Flare, evaporates all the water it turns it into steam, to the point where Estarossa had to go demon mode, as in let his darkness out to try and fight. Now this point of the story, I thought, oh my god, this augments his power. This augments his power. To explain this, before Meliodas used his demon form, I think his power was around about 2,000-3,000, right? And then he used to augment it, and went to like 4,000 and something. So at least a third it was developed by. So you can imagine how powerful this guy is, because even as Esterossa's power was developing last time against Garan, his power was around about 52,000, I believe, before Garan started running. So I'm assuming this power is where he's at now, where he's fighting against Estarossa. So the fact that he's gone demon mode means that his ability is at least 60 plus now. And then they go into attack. Now the first thing that Estarossa does is a blackout to block out the sun. Now this tells you one or two things. A, Estarossa doesn't want to take any chances. And B, that Cruel Sun must have done some damage to him. It must be some destructive capabilities behind it for him to be wanting to deal with it first. So that's important to bear in mind. The next thing that happens is he goes for his full counter. And the logic behind his strategy, Estarossa's, makes sense. Black out the magic, and when it comes to physical ability, his full counter deflects everything, right? You would think that would make sense, but he had not accounted for Escanor's power. Now what happens at this point, it looks like Escanor is heavily damaged, right? Then we go to this village, kind of farmer area, and a guy is telling off his sons for slacking and stuff like that, and he goes, it's 30 minutes to noon. So the highest point would be noon, right? So which means the power that he's generating right now is not his full power. So bear in mind, I thought I was talking about the theory of that when this was getting written, originally it was around the time of the summer solstice, the sun solstice, which means that it was the longest day. So I'm assuming if you go under those kind of characteristics, that's when it's the longest day, meant to be warm. That's the idea of where his strength is coming from. Now, to think it's 30 minutes from noon indicates even the power that they're seeing right now is nowhere near his full capabilities. So noon is where I'd imagine his full power is. But then, when the smoke clears, we get this epic speech. You know what? I don't know what the writer thinks when he's thinking of Escanor, but he needs to continue smoking and eating that stuff. Epic lines. He goes, who said my attacks couldn't reach you? Who said your darkness swallowed up my sun? Who said? Because only I get to decide on those things. And then he lets out his final attack, blows Estarossa to bits, to ash, Kid is done. But before Esterosa gets blown out, he can't move. Even to the point where his younger brother, I don't know if he's actually the younger brother, but he's meant to be, Zeldris starts running. He goes, brother, we need to go. Even he runs, and he's supposed to be a person that doesn't run, in the sense that if you run, turn your back against him, you become a slave to him. What happens there, I don't know, because he kind of did the same thing. So would he not be a slave to Escanor maybe? I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But he blows him to smithereens, and even Esterosa says, is this guy really a man? No, he's not a man. He's Escanor, the pride sin. He blew him to smithereens. Who the hell's gonna stand up to somebody like Escanor? I don't know. But come on, that was epic as hell. There's no denying that Escanor is the man right now. Power probably gonna exceed 100,000. And there's a reason why he's considered the strongest and mightiest of all men. Escanor, the lion pride of sin. I salute you. Woo! What a chapter. What happens next though? Because the next chapter is called defending the city of the lions of Britannia and Lioness, I guess. So we'll have to see. It says the battle for the defense of Lioness, which is probably that kingdom, right? So what happens is, are they going to take on the rest of the sins? The sins, the commandments, are the commandments going to run away? We'll have to wait and see. Will Zeldris become the slave of Escanor because he ran away technically, and those who turn their back because of his affliction, his kind of curse, become slaves? Does that take place? I don't know how they're going to work around that. And I'm glad, and I didn't mention this earlier on, I am so glad that we got to see a sin do something. Not Meliodas, the captain of the sins, a sin do something. Because the sins were created for the sole purpose of taking care of the 10 commandments. We get to see that, but it's a shame we only get to see this man do damage. Obviously we saw the fox hunt with Ban, and that was cool. The ripping of the head, that was awesome. I liked that. Bit vicious, but you do what you gotta do, right? But this is the man who does damage. He took out Galen, no problem. He burnt out that other character, no problem. He destroyed Esterosa, no problem. He smashed up Gloshina and Dolor, no problem. The guy just gets the job done. It is the Escanor show. That's all for me today. Hope you enjoyed the chapter. Hope you enjoyed the review. Epic character development as always for Escanor. I'll see you next time. Please like, comment and subscribe. Peace.